Hi. Securing and protecting an organization takes a village. And that's why it is important to focus on awareness and training for the population, for your organization, stakeholders. Because technology can go so far, right? It can detect so far. It requires the individual to be involved in making sure it happens. For example, phishing attacks requires the individual to be knowledgeable on identifying and detecting these phishing attacks. So before he or she clicks, technology might be able to block the majority, but it only takes one phishing email to go through and hit on an individual inbox that is not familiar with cybersecurity. So, and phishing has many variations. So, I mean, one of the most damaging one is the BEC, or the business email compromise, which actually the FBI calls the most financially damaging online crime today. And that requires you to bring your organization up to speed with cybersecurity knowledge, train them, and make them part of your greater cybersecurity program. Now, this cybersecurity framework does address training and awareness, and that is under the protect function, under the category PR.AT, and you have, I believe, 5 subcategories in there that will help you establish an awareness and training program. And also NIST also, provides a separate document that targets specifically the awareness and training in the organization that you can look at it. It is so important that the National Institute of Cybersecurity Education, the NIST, goal is to train individuals in cybersecurity and be cybersecurity aware. There is a principle, and I'll get a little bit scientific here with you, but there is a principle called diffusion of innovation. And why is this important? Well, the diffusion of innovation tells us that the rate of adoption is directly correlated to the values, beliefs, and experience of individuals in the social system. So basically, know your audience is very important for training and awareness, because there will be a tremendous variation in skill sets and interest. And that's what the diffusion innovation comes in. You need to understand that your population will fall. It can be represented in a bell curve, right? It will fall. That's the standard deviation you're always going to have, and all population will fall in that standard deviation. And what diffusion innovation tells us that the first 2.5% are innovators. Those are your Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, and so forth. Those are the innovators. And then the next 12 to 13% are the early adopters. They will jump into any new idea because they want to be the first one to adopt. They want to be the first one to experience. They will be out there waiting for the next, release of anything and be the first one to adopt. Those are the 12 to 13%. And then have your early majority and late majority that form your bulk. That will be approximately 68% of your total population. After that, you have the laggers. It's around 16% of those are the laggers. They will adopt anything that you put in because it's not an option anymore. They're just going to wait to the last minute and basically be forced to adopt anything. But what we were trying to do with your trainings is to hit the majority, right? The majority of the population, those approximately 68% of your population, those are your early majority and your late majority that you need to target. But how you target them, all right? That is a population. They're very pragmatic. They're very practical on it, and they will be looking. Okay, what's in it for me if I do that, right? They need to understand. So to target that population is counterintuitive. Basically, you don't target them. All right, it might be counterintuitive. What you need to target is your early adopters. Those to 12 to 13%. Those are you need to adopt. You need to target them. Make sure they're on board. Make sure they adopt. And what's going to happen is that majority, the early majority and the late majority, they will not try anything new if someone else haven't tried before. That's why you target your early adopters and bring them in as evangelist of your program, so you can influence the majority of your organization. Bottom line is, you need to understand your population and target them appropriately.